Director of Time to Change, which is a programme to end discrimination faced by people with mental health problems. She's in our Westminster studio for us now. Hi Sue, thanks for joining us. Biggest unaddressed health challenge of our age, says Ed Miliband. Do you agree?
Yes, we would. For too long, we as a country have been too silent on the issue of mental health problems. It affects 1 in 4 of us. It's affecting 1 in 6 British workers. Because of the taboo and the stigma of mental health problems, employers haven't got to grips with it. We haven't got enough of a focus on mental health in the NHS, but wider than that, across schools, across all walks of life.
Apparently there are lots of people here in the UK at the moment who could be treated, but who are intimidated, I'm told, from seeking help. Why is that?
Well, the worst thing about stigma is the fact that it does prevent you being able to talk openly to your family, to your friends, at work, but it also stops you getting help. So if it's something that you feel it might be seen as a weakness or some kind of deficit in you, then of course people are going to not want to go forward and talk to their GP about it, and that's awful. If you're in crisis, if your mental health is really suffering, you need to get help as early as you can.
Ms Miliband wants to give patients the same legal right to mental health therapies as physical health care. How difficult might that be?
Well, we've got a long way to go. What we're talking about is something called the parity of esteem, where mental health has a similar footing, an equal footing to that of physical health. What we're trying to say is there would be an outcry if you had to wait 6 months to get essential care for something like a diagnosis of cancer. Now, why is that any different if you're really in crisis and needing support for a mental health problem like bipolar or depression or schizophrenia? You know, you shouldn't have to wait for services, and it should be something that we pay just as much attention to. And I think the other important thing is to separate physical and mental health has been incredibly unhelpful. And Ed Miliband today was saying something that we've been waiting to hear for a while, which is, you know, let's put these things back together and deal with both physical and mental health at the same time.
There's lots for employers to think about there, but what about employees, work colleagues as well? I remember the advertising campaign where the point was made that if someone had lost a loved one, then you would know how to speak to them. If someone's been off with mental health issues, then you don't know whether to approach them or not. What sort of guidelines can you offer to people?
Well, the Time to Change campaign, and that's our advert about the guy that's coming back to work and nobody knows how to talk to him, is saying you don't have to be a mental health expert to talk more openly about the issue. When those of us with mental health problems are coming back to work, we want to be able to talk to colleagues, we want to be able to talk to our line manager, and it's all part of the journey of being more open about it, being able to seek help, whether it's at work or whether it's a child at school or whether it's through the NHS, is being able to talk about it will help us get the right help at the right points in time. And just having the conversation is a very simple first step.
Okay, good to talk to you, Sue. Thanks for joining us.